W.M.S.T. This is episode number 9. Let's introduce everybody to the crew. We've got Father Suplex Shawn here.
What's up?
What up? And we got Editor-in-Chief Ziggler.
What's up, Syed?
What up? Hound.
What's up, boys?
And back again, Tyler.
Hello, hello.
And we've got the man with no gimmicks, Cam.
Hi, audience.
And I'm your host, Syed. And this week, we're going to get started with a debate between Shawn and Ziggler. So, I know Shawn and Ziggler sometimes bicker on this podcast. And there's a lot of stuff we have to edit out. But Ziggler ended up coming up with an amazing idea to resolve some issues some members might have with each other through debates. Now, this week, we're going to try to do this thing where Shawn and Ziggler are going to debate who is the better character. Captain America. Almost said Marvel.
Fuck Captain you! I am not arguing for Captain Marvel.
Yeah, because you know
Marvel's plan is walking to replace Captain America with Captain Marvel. So
how? No one was talking to you. Go back to your little hole.
Can we just keep that?
Yeah, sure. We'll keep it, Cam. We'll keep it for Cam. All right. Yeah. So Ziggler is gonna argue for Captain America. I got it right, Captain America, and Shawn
Captain Steve Rogers.
Yes, Captain Steve Rogers, and Shawn is gonna debate for Iron Man, Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
All right, but here's the thing: you guys can't be bickering and shouting at each other. That's an automatic DQ, disqualification, no debate. All right. So here are the rules.
Please be civil.
That's what I'm trying to be.
All right. So I'm gonna be the ref. All right. So I'm gonna monitor this debate. All right. So, the first person who talks will get to lay out his arguments with facts and opinions. Then the second person is gonna lay out his facts and his opinions, and then the first person who talked will get to do a rebuttal, and then the other person will get to do his rebuttal. So basically, both of you will talk 2 times each. All right. Other members are gonna. So here's the thing. I was being secretive about the other members' role in the debate, because here's the thing. Tyler, Hound, and Cam are actually gonna be the judges for this debate.
Well, I'm
hoping for that.
Yeah. So basically, at the end of the debate, you guys are gonna decide whose argument you like better. All right?
You got it.
Oh, this is like movie.
I don't know how Hound is gonna be able to decide when I kick him out.
No.
No kicking out.
I'll give my unbiased opinion. Whoever has the best argument.
All right. Here's the thing, though. So we're gonna do a coin toss. Okay.
What?
So whoever wins the coin toss will get to decide if
I can toss the coin.
Well, no, I'm the ref.
Syed's unbiased anyway, so
yeah.
Fuck you.
I do the coin toss.
Rigged.
Yeah. No, it's not gonna be rigged. All right. So yeah, whoever wins the coin toss will get to decide if they want to go first, or if they'll let the other one go first. All right. So who wants to be heads? Who wants to be tails?
I don't give a fuck.
All right.
Well,
Shawn,
I'll be whatever. I'll be whatever face the coin lands on.
Okay, so you're heads.
Okay,
right.
I guess I am.
Okay, heads. All right. Let's see.
I'm tails, I guess.
What other option is there?
Right. That's it. Okay. Okay. I just did the coin toss. Ziggler got it, so it's tails. So Ziggler gets to decide if Ziggler wants to go first.
I will defer to my opponent.
All right.
So Shawn, you can go first.
Right,
what does
Shawn,
that mean?
He's letting you go first.
What? Do you want to know what go first means?
Wait, so we're basically saying like who's a better hero or who's a better character?
Character, yeah, I guess character overall hero, yeah.
Okay, so anytime I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait,
you're going
better
first.
character or better hero? What's the argument?
Oh, God.
It's two different things though. Better character or better hero?
It's the same thing. I guess whose character arc is better,
Yeah,
Civil
who's
War.
Just better character. Just better
Yeah,
character.
overall
better in general.
team Captain America or Team Iron Man.
Because
Yeah.
that's just because it's different. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sean. Go.
Okay. So, in my opinion, Iron Man is a way better hero than Captain America. And you want to know why? Well, I'll explain why. Well, one, let's talk about his character, how he changes over the course of all this cinematic universe. He starts from a billionaire, genius, alcoholic, narcissistic person who only cares about himself, and he has a life-changing and mind-changing moment where he meets Jensen and he gets kidnapped, and he sees what he does is causing major harm, and that changes something in him, and that gives nice quality to the character, that has a nice big turning point in their life, and you see his growth and development through all the movies, where in and let's say in the Avengers, someone who just only cares about themselves flew a nuke through a wormhole, only thinking about everybody else but himself. He knew he could possibly die, and he still took that leap of faith, and that's part of his growth. He still has lots to learn from, because that's part of who he is. But you can see each time he has to either save himself or save everybody else. He saves everybody else. In Avengers: Age of Ultron, when the meteor of the fucking city is flying down, he jumps to the bottom of it and blasts it with the arc reactor to at least attempt to save all those innocent people, and not thinking about himself. Because if he did that, he would have died. When he faced off against Thanos, he stood toe to toe with Thanos and made a god with 4 Infinity Stones bleed, and even say he has respect for him, and that Thanos admires Tony Stark, and some would even say he's even like afraid, because this is the guy who brought a nuke to Thanos's like what would you call it, like not war station,
Home turf.
his home base, and literally dropped the nuke on the front desk and blew up his entire army. So, and that's someone who and in that moment he wasn't caring about himself. He was caring about saving millions and millions of people from devastation. And also, he's he's a way better superhero, because he was born with his power. His superpower is his intelligence, his mind. His brilliance is what got him out of the cave. Just like a really good point to make is Obadiah Stane said in Iron Man 1, Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps, and the scientist said, "Well, sir, I'm not Tony Stark." That's exactly why. Because Tony, with his mind and brilliance, was able to make from pieces of a weapon into a makeshift Iron Man suit, and he made a literal a suit that could do all this amazing stuff, and he was born with that. And that's how he developed things when he was younger. Like he said, he developed his robot assistants and all these nuclear warheads and all of these devastating yet brilliant weapons that helped create like his name in the world. And then he used it for even better things. Like we see in Infinity War, nano fucking technology, where just by the click of the arc reactor in his chest, he's able to form a whole new suit from microscopic robots, and form suits within the suit and weapons within the weapon. Like, it's just phenomenal the way everything works. And I also think he's the better hero, because me personally, I always, well, not better hero, the better character, because I've always been gravitated towards Iron Man for the way his character has always grown, and he's a very flawed character. Like he has his demons, where he his weapons destroyed all of Gulmira and all the innocent people, and he's using. And also now he has the demons on his back about Peter Parker dying and everyone but himself. We've seen in Infinity War where he looks at his hand because he's waiting to dust and his biggest fear came true. And that makes him a fantastic, flawed character. And we know in Endgame, where this is what I really am hoping for, that he is the one that gets the prize of killing Thanos, because he deserved it after what he started with this franchise in the beginning. He's the godfather of the MCU. He started it in Iron Man 1 to Iron Man 2, 3, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Homecoming, Civil War, all of this. And you see such an amazing character arc in forming from someone who didn't give a shit about anyone to someone who actually starts giving a shit about everyone. And I do believe he will be the last one to die, making the ultimate sacrifice and sacrificing himself to save 50% of the population and bring everyone back.
Mm-hmm.
It's Iron Man is one of just not just Iron Man. I think Tony Stark in general is someone who I've always I know he's like a fictional character, but I've always even looked up to, because it's someone I always love the image of someone who has a massive change in his life and massive whole overarch change that turns him to something else. And I've gone through that in my life, not the exact to that extent, God forbid, but like something that relates to you. He's the type of guy where
My God, man. You're going on for like goddamn 15, 20 minutes already. Wrap it up.
It's okay. I think it's almost done. Go ahead, finish up.
That's an interruption. Isn't that a DQ?
Not quite. I'll let it slide.
You wish it was
one
a
time.
DQ.
You interrupted?
Just one time. Go ahead.
Let it slide.
It's okay.
Okay.
Just one time.
So
Go ahead.
in Avengers 1, he says, would you be the type of guy to lay down on the wire and let the other guy go? And Tony's, I think I would just cut the wire. Someone that ballsy and someone that just courageous and someone with the mind and brilliance to do all of these amazing things, truly I think makes him the better hero. And Tony Stark is better than Captain America. Fuck Captain America. Okay. Next.
All right, sounds good. All right, so now Ziggler is going to argue for Captain America and why he's the better character. Go ahead.
Iron Man.
Sorry, no, you're arguing for Captain America right now. No rebuttal.
I know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Iron Man created Ultron. Captain America is the better hero and the better character. Captain America. Wait, why can't rebuttal Shawn right now?
First you do your argument and then you get to the rebuttal.
Alright, fine. Captain America is the better hero and the better character. Captain Steve Rogers, before he even got the serum in him, before he got that super serum or super steroids, whatever you want to call them, he was a soldier already. He was brave. He was just your ordinary kid, your ordinary guy, but he was more than that. He was a brave man. He just wanted to go off to war because he didn't think it was fair for him just to sit back while other people fought for him. He wanted to go off to war because he hates bullies. He does not like bullies. He did not want to kill the Nazis. He just did not like bullies. And who doesn't? Who doesn't not like bullies? I fucking hate bullies. And yes, he was just a scrawny kid. He was a scrawny, small kid. Nothing but bone and a little bit of flesh. But that, it's not about the size of the dog. It's about I forgot the saying, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Not the size of the dog, but in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah, that.
About the amount of the fighting in a dog.
Yeah, something like that. That's what I'm trying to say. Steve Rogers just wanted to fight in the war because he thought it was the right thing to do. And that's what Captain America is. Captain America is the fucking personification of perseverance. He is a man who will stand up for anything he believes in, and you gotta have respect for that. He did not. Again, sometimes his decisions are not the right decisions, but he does them anyways because that's what he believes in, and that is what makes a man. That is what makes the perfect superhero, is a man who sticks to what he believes in, sticks to his guns. That's why he is the personification of perseverance. Now, he is the best Avenger, in my opinion. Why is he the best Avenger? It's just because everything I said. And Tony Stark is just... He's a fucking narcissistic asshole. He's an alcoholic. He is a bad drunk. He is not a good man. He killed millions of people with his weapons. His weapons killed millions of people. And then what did he do? He created Ultron. Ultron killed millions of people as well. He is the reason why Sokovia happened. He is the reason why Sokovia happened, why all of those people died. We have no one to blame but Tony Stark. Tony Stark. And Tony Stark does not take anything seriously. He thinks everything's a joke. When he created Ultron and Thor, remember that scene when Thor choked him and then Tony Stark was laughing? And he's like, I shouldn't be laughing, right? This is funny. Like, it's not fucking funny. You created literally what Bruce Banner said, a murder bot. That's not fucking funny. That's serious. You gotta take this seriously. And Tony Stark, he plays off as this big egotistical guy, but really, like, he doesn't believe in himself. He doesn't believe in the Avengers. Like he said in the Age of Ultron, in that very scene, he said, we can't beat Ultron. We will lose. Captain America, like Tony Stark said, how are you planning on beating him? Captain America said, together. And Tony Stark was like, we'll lose, like a little pussy he is. And Captain America said, then we'll do that together too, because fucking Captain America stands his ground. Captain America doesn't take shit from anybody. Tony Stark is a little wimp, all right? I'm just going to say it out there. He's a wimp. He likes to play it off like he's this big, tough guy, but he's really not. Deep down inside, he's just a fucking wimp. He is a loser. He knows it. And he's a fucking alcoholic piece of shit.
Okay, so I'll take that as your rebuttal since you just attacked Iron Man already.
Literally, Jesus. I didn't even say anything bad about Captain America.
So, all right, Shawn, you will get to do your rebuttal. So your response to what Ziggler said.
Okay, why Captain America is not good and Iron Man is?
Yeah, so basically what Ziggler said, you just respond to that.
Okay, I just have a simple sentence to say. Captain America knew that Bucky killed Tony Stark's parents and he chose not to say anything. The so-called man of heart and man that always thinks like, oh, justice for this, justice for that, I'm doing the right thing, knew a friend and a team member of his, someone who thought very close, something very dangerous, and chose not to say anything. And Tony, in all sense, was completely right about the way he reacted to finding out Bucky killed them. If you found out that if your parents were murdered by a fucking Winter Soldier Who wouldn't want to blow their face off with a giant missile?
Can I rebuttal that?
No, I'm in the middle of talking, bitch.
You said you only
No.
said you had one. Okay, fine.
Yeah, exactly. That should be another interruption. I should win.
No,
No,
it's
let
okay.
him keep going. Let him
Keep going. Keep going.
And that to me is just very, like, one, it's a liar, and two, it's keeping a massive secret that Tony should have known. And when Tony tried to install revenge, despite them even Bucky and Steve are close, he fucking decides, no, now I'm gonna fight him after Tony just gets the horrible news of his parents being murdered. And for years that he's known Tony, he did nothing. He didn't tell him. That's not right about that. And also about the whole Sokovia Accord, Tony is in the right for wanting to be kept in check. You can't just go, oh, you see trouble, just go do that, because sometimes it could get out of hand, and sometimes it can create something worse when you actually have a backup and a checking system where you're not just going out of hand and destroying like garages and highways like T'Challa, Steve, and Bucky did in that chase scene. That's you just can't. People just can't go around. It's like when people get arrested for jaywalking. You just can't have people just walking around everywhere and just getting hit by stuff. If you see you're jaywalking, you got to be taken in. If you see something going on and you just thought, oh, no matter what the consequence is, we're just gonna fucking destroy whatever we can, like just to get the guy. Like, although that is good, it's not proper, and that causes much more damage. And despite Tony creating Ultron, he had a better vision in mind. Ultron was a freak of accident, where Tony decided, I want to protect the people, so then we don't have to keep risking our lives and we can go home. Like he said, isn't that the goal, to go home, to see our family, to finally not have to do the fight? He's thinking about the bigger picture, and of course he cares about the Avengers. He is the one who supplies the Avengers with all their weapons.
I didn't say you did not care for the Avengers.
Not say you didn't, and stop interrupting me. Jeez, there's no point off for that.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Sean,
Exactly.
stop trying to get out of this, okay?
That's not getting out of this. You gotta.
Yeah, you're
respect
trying
the
to
rules.
get out of this.
Contain yourselves.
Exactly what I'm saying about the rules. There are rules and laws in this country that prevent bad things from happening, just like rules in this debate that prevent people like you from interrupting in the middle of the conversation.
Look, if you two start yelling, then that's the DQ. Let him
Cam,
keep going.
butt out. And
Okay. Sorry. Was that it, or did you have more?
No, that's it.
That's it.
All right. So
Sounds good. Hold up. You already gave your rebuttal, Ziggler.
yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
I have another rebuttal just to his rebuttal. Just a little one.
Okay.
Just a little
So
one.
keep it brief. Yeah. Go ahead.
Captain America is Bucky's best friend. That's his brother. They're more than close. That's his goddamn brother. And yes, Captain America even admitted to Tony Stark, even when he wrote that, he wasn't trying to protect Tony. He was trying to protect himself. He was scared, and yes, of course he was gonna protect
coward.
his friend Bucky. Of course he was going to protect his friend Bucky because Tony Stark was trying to murder him. Dude, like, of course, why would you just stand there and let that happen? Of course you're going to try to save your brother. Dude, if I was Bucky and you were Captain America, you would just let Tony Stark kill me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways. And the Sokovia Accords. That was... Yes, I get like getting checked in line and stuff, but that wasn't good because then the Avengers can't do what they want. They can't fight the battles they need to fight or want to fight. Like, they'll be like almost like freaking weapons. Like, the government will just like use whenever they want. They don't. He did not want that. Who would want that? Who would just want to be like a weapon that the government has? I wouldn't want that.
People don't have just
dude, shut up. You literally made a big argument about interrupting. You're doing it right now. You fucking hypocrite. Anyways,
what?
I'm just saying, Captain America was doing what he thought was right, just like Tony Stark was doing what he thought was right. So there's really no wrong there. I'm done, Syed.
Well, I got a quick rebuttal of that. Just quick, brief.
Like quick. All right, go ahead. Quick.
You're saying that they just need to do whatever they want, and that if there's a crime.
I didn't say they can do whatever they want.
Stop interrupting.
You asked me a question and I answered.
They need to fight their battles and just like if they see trouble, they just have to do it. Look what happened in the airport. That cost the country and the whole, and it costs like not even the U.S. government. The airport, dude. He was trying to stop Zemo. He was trying to stop Zemo, dude. Zemo. He thought Zemo was gonna unleash all those Winter Soldiers. That's why, and he didn't think Iron Man was gonna listen to him because he knows Iron Man is an egotistical, narcissistic asshole. Okay, that's not being egotistical when you're being.
Iron Man is a little egotistical bitch. Anyway, Syed.
That's not at all the case in that it's not at all the case in that where you see that the government is ordering you to bring in these two.
The government wanted them as weapons. They were just gonna keep them and just be like, we'll let you know when you can fight. No, Captain America wanted he wanted the choice. He wanted the choice, dude. He wanted the choice.
Was ordered to bring in Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes and Sam Wilson, and as he was doing it on orders, this is what he has to do.
You know who else followed orders? The Nazis.
What?
You know who else followed orders? The Nazis.
Why? Jesus, man, you really bring in.
Okay, all right. So I'll bring an end to the debate now. So you've both made your points now. Now it's time for the judges to decide who won. So first of all, I'm going to start with Tyler. So let us know who you thought had the better argument and a brief explanation as to why. Go ahead.
My winner is gonna go over to Shawn with Iron Man just because Ziggler had constant interruptions, and Ziggler also kept calling Tony like a drunk and egotistical. Which, yeah, it's true, but it was only kind of true in Phase 1. He's kind of a changed man now, just like how Shawn was
we're
saying.
talking about the character, like in the comics too, right?
No, just like I guess MCU, because
I
don't
thought
know.
it was a character,
like in.
I thought it was the whole character, like in like the comics and the movies and everything. Because
no,
all right, whatever.
Well,
That's
I
not
guess
an
it's pretty
excuse.
similar. Yeah, go ahead, Tyler. Yeah.
But yeah, just like attacking the whole drunk, egotistical thing, which, yeah, like I said, it's true, but really, Phase 1, he's a changed man now, like Shawn said, the whole Sokovia thing, the Bucky thing, we all know that.
Yeah, he's not a drunk the whole time, Jesus.
Yeah, like, there's only, like, one scene with him being drunk, really.
In Iron Man 2.
That was Iron Man 2.
Yeah, the MCU dialed it back, though. In the comics, he's way worse. That's what I was trying to do. Yes, he is, you dumbass. He is a drunk in the comics, you dumb fuck. Pick up a comic book, read it.
All right, so Tyler's vote is for Shawn. Okay.
I'm going with Shawn, yeah.
Now, Hound, who are you voting for? And give a brief explanation as to why you voted for.
Oh, boy.
I love Captain America. Now,
Fuck.
what won me over? Because I really.
Congratulations, Shawn.
I really do feel that Ziggler was yelling a lot, and he did give a lot of good points. But I think what really won me over was when Shawn said that Tony was looking at his hand in Infinity War, waiting to like turn to dust, but when he didn't. Like, I don't know what the exact wording was, but I thought
that his worst fear came true, where he was the only one surviving and everyone else was dying.
Yeah, I thought that was like a great line, and I'm gonna have to go with Shawn on this one.
Hound, I'm gonna give you a big kiss.
Okay.
Yikes.
And Cam, who's your winner?
Shawn.
Damn,
Shawn
that's
wins 3-0.
That's a 3-0 sweep right there.
Yes, motherfucker! Woo!
All
Congratulations,
right,
Shawn.
Yeah.
so Shawn
Told
is
you
the
it's been true.
So Shawn is the winner of this debate. Now, I didn't.
Can I
vote
give my
because-
celebration speech?
Well, not
Syed,
yet.
who did you have?
Well, yeah. So if Tyler or somebody else was missing today, I would have been the voter today, but I was the ref, so I couldn't vote.
So who did you
But-
have, Syed?
Now, I personally have Captain America, but just by a little bit. I
Thank
agree
you.
with a lot of what Ziggler said, and I agree with a lot of what Shawn said. But I think overall, for me personally, I just relate to Captain America a lot. Where you explained, even before the super serum, he was the same guy, and even after the super serum, he's the same guy. So I agree with Ziggler in that aspect, and I guess I just relate to Captain America more than Tony Stark. So yeah, so I
No
would've
one
thought-
relates to Tony.
I do,
Yeah.
bitch.
Really, you're a genius and you're rich. Since
Can
when?
I give my celebration speech?
Okay, yeah, but I personally would have gone with Ziggler. So, but yeah, even if my vote counted, it's a 3-1. But yeah, clean sweep for Shawn. Go ahead, give a quick celebration. Then we're gonna move on.
I'd like to thank the Academy for picking the right and the true hero. Iron Man is not a special experiment that everything came out of him was from a bottle. No, he was born with brilliance and intelligence, and he suffered through his demons, but yes, thank you to the Academy for voting in that Iron Man is the true hero and Captain America is not, because although anything that made Steve Rogers that came from a bottle, that didn't happen to Tony. Tony was born with a brilliant mind, and yeah, he suffered through his demons and his.
Not everything, dude. Did you not hear my fucking opening argument, dude? Not
I'm
everything
back.
special about him came from a fucking bottle, dude. He was a veteran. He was a World
Ziggler,
War II
you kept
veteran,
yelling.
dude.
I couldn't
He was
understand
a fuck you,
nothing.
Hound. You go to hell. You kill yourself there.
Contain yourselves,
I don't
ladies.
like boys.
Contain yourselves.
Yeah, I don't
Alright.
like bullies. Fuck you.
All right, Shawn, just wrap it up.
It is true that Iron Man is the rightful hero, and we will all see in the Endgame when he sacrifices himself to save the whole universe. And Iron Man is better than Captain America. I win. I'm the winner. See my prize. You're the loser who sits and cries.
I can't wait to cut that acceptance speech out.
Sounds good, man. All right.
But I won, bitch, so fuck you. I know, that's from Squidward.
Hey, I won in Syed's heart. That's all that matters. I love you, Syed.
Thanks,
I won
man.
in the whole. I'm the winner. Syed just saying that because he just wants the other one to make you cry.
No,
Syed's my bae.
I would have voted
I
for
love
him.
you, Syed.
Yeah, but Hound voted for me, and that's all that counts.
Yeah. All right. So with that,
Hound is no better than a fucking Nazi, dude.
What?
hold up.
All right, Shawn. Seriously, congratulations.
Thank you. I know I rightfully won.
Yeah, you did rightfully win. Congratulations.
That was
Yeah.
a fun debate.
Don't try to Captain America me, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm not. What does that even mean?
That
I'm
means
just
being a
congratulating
sucking up
you.
little cunt.
I like cunts. Cunts are nice.
All right. So now we're gonna give our quick reviews of Us, the new Jordan Peele movie. Ziggler and Shawn got to see it, so we'll start off with Ziggler. Go ahead and give us your quick review for Us.
All right, thank you. Jordan Peele's Us. What can I say really? I was watching when I was watching this. I felt like it was nothing short of a masterpiece. Another home run for Peele. It was just like a suspenseful thrill ride throughout. There was not a single moment when I wasn't on the edge of my seat, and there was like no cheap jump scares, no sudden loud noises that most cheap horror movie directors have in their movies. No shit like that. This movie was just like a real horror thriller. It was
Yeah, it was
a real
fucking
crazy. It was like a real crazy, suspenseful movie. Jordan Peele is a fucking master behind the camera. Like, holy shit. I know it's early, but I feel like Jordan Peele's like this generation's John Carpenter or Wes Craven. Peele is just a masterful director, and I cannot wait to see his new upcoming films in the later years. It's crazy just to think that I was watching him a few years ago on his hilarious sketch show Key and Peele, and now he's probably one of the best, if not the best, horror director working today. I'm just in love with the shots too in this movie and how he directed. It was just perfect. And the score, the goddamn score was so good. It was so chilling and wonderful. The music was just masterful. The lead actress, Lupita Nyong'o, I hope I said that right.
Yep.
Is so goddamn good. She really deserves an Oscar nomination for her performance. Like when she was playing her regular self and her doppelganger self, she was so goddamn good. And the whole cast was just so good, with Winston Duke too, and the child actors were really good. It was just a great performance, but Lupita Nyong'o, if she doesn't get like an Oscar nom, then fuck that. There's really no more things to say about this, so just please see it. It's so goddamn good. Just please see it. And I give it a 8.4 out of 10.
8.4 out of 10. All right, and Shawn?
Well, this is like the first horror movie I've actually like sat in a theater to watch. And of course, when things started getting suspenseful, I told Ziggler, "I'm fucking out of here," and I went out.
Yeah, he did. He walked out.
I really did, and he forced me to go back in. Like really, he forced me, and I'm kind of happy he did because it was a good movie. It wasn't scary. It was just fucking creepy, and like Lupita and her performance as her doppelganger was fucking just really just like I'm still have like weird chills thinking about it. The voice and the look that she had, it was a true, like, and it was just a good movie. Like, and I don't even like horror movies, and it was a good movie. Like, very well made. Like, and suspenseful. The score was amazing. The camera work was out of this world. Everything about it was just extremely well made, and I'm very happy that Jordan Peele is getting the recognition and the chance to make something so amazing. And I'm still like I've been sleeping on the couch. I've been literally having like nightmares about this. But great job from Winston Duke. The kids were really good, and I give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right. So W.M.S.T's official score for us is 8.7 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I agree with that.
Yeah, pretty good score. All right. So with that, we're gonna continue our road to Endgame reviews. This week we're gonna review Spider-Man: Homecoming. So Hound requested to go first. So go ahead, Hound. Give us your review for Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I love this movie so much, and I love how Tom Holland portrays Peter Parker in this movie. I love how he's like a goofy loser, and I really enjoy Aunt May in this movie. I love when Tony is trying to be real thirsty, trying to get Aunt May, and like in the beginning of the movie, he's like, "Hey May, what you wearing? Something skippy, I hope." That was one of the funniest lines Tony has said in the entirety of the MCU. Like, I don't know why, I just thought that was the funniest thing. And I love the suit. I love the red, the blue, how it's so bright and also yet dark. I love the dark lines across.
What does that even mean?
I'm talking about the suit.
I know it's so bright, yet at the same time so dark.
Well, the blue is like super bright and like the red's like dark. So, anyways, I hate Karen. I hate the voiceover thing in Peter's suit. I think it's stupid, and like and like all the different options, like the 500 web tricks. This MCU Spider-Man is basically Iron Man Jr. and I hate that. Like Peter's like I know, oh he's just got his powers like 6 months ago, but I don't care. I want to see Peter like on his own, do his own thing. With like I just don't like this whole Karen talking in his head, and like I find it distracting, and it's just.
Jennifer Connelly did nothing wrong to you.
Hey, nothing's wrong with Jennifer Connelly, but like I just hate how he's portrayed as Iron Man Jr. Even in Infinity War, he's got the Iron Spider suit, which was pretty cool. I will admit that. Anyways, I think in Homecoming is really when Marvel started to pick up their villains, because Vulture in this movie was just fantastic, and then in the next movie, what was it? Oh, Thor Ragnarok. Hello was kind of but like they kept building.
What about Ego? Ego was before this.
Yeah, Ego was pretty good as well, and I'm really glad they did Vulture so great. And that scene in the car at the prom where he pulled out the gun and he's like Peter talking this and that, and also when he discovers he's Spider-Man, when the green light hits on his face, it's like, good old Spider-Man. I thought that was just fantastic. And the people who bought Avengers Tower, I hope it's Oscorp, because in this MCU Spider-Man, like I just want to see more Spider-Man lore. Like I want to see Norman Osborn, I want to see Harry Osborn, I want to see the whole cast and crew of Peter's world. We already got Betty Brant. We've got MJ kind of, which I don't really like. I want the comic MJ with the red hair, supermodel looks, But maybe we'll get that in the future. Who knows? I'm fine with this whole Michelle Jones thing for now, and because I really feel like it's only Peter, May, and Vulture from Spider-Man just in the MCU. It really just feels so close and contained, and I hope it's Oscorp or even the Baxter building, Reed Richards maybe buys it or whatever. And I can't wait to see an adult version, like Tom Holland playing an adult version of Peter Parker. Because in the past, Toby and Andrew have both played high school students, even though Toby has played a version of adult Peter Parker in 2 and 3, but because Spider-Man is not gonna die anytime soon. Coming back from home, he's gonna stay alive for the rest of the MCU. And
Spider-Man is dead.
And I can't wait to see Peter grow into his own. Maybe start his own company. Who knows? Maybe go to college and really just discover himself. I don't know. The video game just made me want an adult version of Peter Parker even more. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I'll give this movie an 8 out of 7. No, I mean 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 7. So
wow. All right, that's 8 out of 10. All right, sounds good. So I'll give my review for Homecoming now. Now, Homecoming is obviously one of my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time. Out of the many Spider-Man movies, of course, we can't talk about the movie without talking about Tom Holland's amazing portrayal of a high school Spider-Man. The movie had a very nice Ferris Bueller kind of vibe to it. It kind of reminded me of that. And the movie even had a reference to Ferris Bueller's Day Off in it. So I thought that was really nice. And it does really feel very buoyant and joyful in that sense. Also a great villain, Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, is absolutely intimidating. I would say top two, top three MCU villains of all time. Like the dude is just intense. Like Michael Keaton is one of my favorite actors of all time, and dude is just absolutely amazing. He really had a great dynamic with Tom Holland's Peter Parker, and like Hound mentioned, that scene where he's driving them to the actual homecoming, and he realizes that Peter Spider-Man is absolutely brilliantly done. Really like that scene. And Peter's and Tony's interaction in the movie was really good as well. Robert Downey Jr. Just lifts this movie up even more than it already was. So yeah, he had a great interactions with Peter, and that fair scene where he has that moment where he's like, "If you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it." Uh, that was like the defining overarching arc for this whole movie, and that scene really capped it off. Yeah, and so I'm a defender of the Iron Spider suit. I love the AI, Karen. I think it's really nice. All the gadgets and stuff he has in that suit. And of course, I can't wait to see instant kill mode being used in the future movies. I mean, who knows? But yeah, like I like the amazing AI suit he has. And Spider-Man usually, I don't know who brought it up last year, but I remember reading this article. It was like Spider-Man usually talks to himself in the comics a lot, where and he doesn't really have anybody to play off of. So I think Karen is a good addition for him to like just play off of somebody, and their interactions were pretty funny as well. So I'm a defender of his suit and overall being Iron Man Jr. I really don't mind it because if you're in a universe with Iron Man and you have Spider-Man in the same universe, you might as well do it. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Uh, but yeah, overall, I love the interconnectedness of the universe. You have Captain America appearing sometimes, giving some monologues. That was pretty funny, and just overall, the world pretty much it feels like a high school inside the MCU, and I really appreciated that. So quickly, just one of my negatives. My main gripe with this movie is how much it fucks with the timeline. Like, I really don't like the 8 years later thing. Like, I just want to forget about it, cause I just want to forget about the 8 years later thing, cause we know the events in this movie do not take place 8 years after Battle of New York.
They retconned it when Marvel posted an official timeline.
I reject this retcon. Because I like to, whenever I watch these movies, I like to think the stuff I'm watching is just happening right there and then. Like
they retcon, like, so the 8 years later thing is like.
Yeah, I reject the retcon. That's what I'm saying.
Why? You like the 8 years later thing?
I don't. I reject it. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying they like recently they've retconned that 8 years later thing.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So they retconned the retcon. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, they posted like an official timeline. Like Doctor Strange takes place during 2016.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I don't really agree with all that, but yeah, overall, that I kind of just that was like my big gripe with the movie. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a great movie, great addition to the Spider-Man lore, and yeah, I'm gonna give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. With that, let's go on to Tyler. You're gonna give your review for Homecoming. Go ahead.
Alrighty. This Spider-Man movie, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites in the MCU as well. Every performance in it is pretty well, especially Tom Holland and Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Tom Holland, opposite of Hound, I am a fan of the whole Karen and the whole suit AI thing. It's just a different vibe compared to like any other Spider-Man movie, like Tobey Maguire or Andrew. There's no AI, just on his own. But with this one, it's something new, something like original for a Spider-Man movie. Like you guys said, the car scene, the car ride to the homecoming, that scene is just amazing. Like when Peter gets to what's her name, Liz's house,
Yeah.
and yeah, when he gets to her house and you see Michael Keaton open the door. I remember seeing that for the first time in theaters. There were just gasps everywhere. Other good things about this movie, there's just so many scenes that'll give you just goosebumps every time. Like the ferry scene where he's holding it together, the scene where he's buried underneath the rubble, and he's lifting it up, screaming, "Come on, Spider-Man!" Stuff like that, and the whole plane scene at the end where they're fighting on the wings of the plane and all that at the fair too at the end. And one last thing, or a couple more things actually. Something you guys did not mention. This movie has one of the best after credit scenes in any Marvel movie.
Nah,
For
fuck
sure.
that, man. That was so
No.
depressing.
This one's one of my favorite after credit scenes. And then the costume design for for the Spider-Man suits in this movie, you got the Stark suit, which is amazing, and
mentored by Stark. It's a different take on the character. Unlike the first Sam Raimi movie, he already has the powers, is still in high school. He graduated in the first movie, and he's already lost Uncle Ben. So we're already past the origin story. But then again, we've probably seen the story God knows how many times. Anyway, he tries to do hero things, but he doesn't have that much experience. He's still learning as the movie goes on. Even when he has the new Stark suit that first appears in Civil War, he has to get used to it. He even gets it taken away near the end of the movie, and he has to go at it with his own wits, experience, and gizmos. I actually really like the villains in this. I like how Vulture is in this, and they gave him a modern appearance, and how he's involved in it. Keaton is great in many of his roles, and this one's no different. One that doesn't really get that much mention is Shocker. It's mainly a minor character, but he isn't bad. It's their own take, modernized, and takes a plot point in the movie, the illegal futuristic weapons, and uses it for the character. I actually like this movie, even if to me it feels like a lesser movie in the universe. My rating is 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Good movie. All right. Shawn, go ahead with your review.
One of the things I also liked about Spider-Man Far From Home is that we don't have to see Uncle Ben getting shot again. Cause
you mean Homecoming?
What did I say?
You said Far From Home.
Oh, whoops! Cut. 3. Sorry, I'm fucking exhausted. 3, 2, 1. Okay. One of the things I liked from Spider-Man Homecoming was that we don't have to see Uncle Ben get shot again, which is they just say that something bad happened and we all know. So it's like something like a nod to the audience, like, all right, we don't need to go through this again. We're starting off with something new. The best scene in that movie is Tony and Peter talking on, I don't know, were they on a pier or something?
By the ferry?
Yeah, by the ferry. Like, I don't know.
They were on top of a building.
Yeah, on top of the building, and Tony gives him that speech. It's such a powerful speech, and that just proves that they both have perfect chemistry for each other. And that scene just goes so well for the future, whatever holds for Spider-Man, even if he's still dead. Very, very good movie. I personally still like Tobey Maguire's portrayal better, because I think Tobey portrayed an alright Peter Parker and a good Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield portrayed a good Spider-Man, but a really shitty Peter Parker. Tom Holland's got this just right. Okay. Like a quote by Tyler, or just an opinion too. Spider-Man 2, I think, is 10 times better, and I don't think any Spider-Man movie will come close to topping that, because that's just such a phenomenal movie. And plus,
Spider-Verse?
No, not even close.
Spider-Man 2 is better.
It's a close second.
Close second.
Yeah.
I think.
I have to disagree with that.
One. But out of all the Spider-Man movies, I mean, I would obviously Spider-Man 2 with Sam Raimi's number 1 for me. And I think Homecoming would be number 3 before Spider-Verse, and the last one would be Amazing Spider-Man 2 because that movie was just a shit show. But I'd give Homecoming a solid 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. All right, sounds good. And Ziggler, go ahead.
The first good Spider-Man movie in 13 long years. We had to get through Spider-Man 3 and the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but we finally did it. Spider-Man is back where he belongs. Now, the director, John Watts, he was on his way to direct a regular coming-of-age story movie, and Marvel came along and said, hey, you want to do Spider-Man? He was like, yeah, fuck it, sure. So Spider-Man for Homecoming is a great coming-of-age movie and a great superhero movie. When I saw this back in 2017, Tom Holland instantly became my favorite on-screen Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He just is that character. Like, he was born to play that character, like Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool, RDJ as Stark, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Also, all the promotional shit for this movie, before the movie came out, everyone thought it was going to be like an Iron Man 4, including me. And I'm glad I didn't use RDJ that much. I'm happy with the amount of screen time he had.
Iron Man 4 would be pretty good. I hope we get that.
Okay. And I very much liked his role in this movie, like a father figure, a mentor to Peter, like you see in the comics. Thought it was pretty cool. And I love Michael Keaton as Vulture. He was fantastic to me and one of the best MCU villains. And it's in a crazy little twist in the movie where he's Liz's dad. Shawn and I were freaking out in the theater when that happened.
We both went.
Yeah. Yeah, and that scene with him and Peter in the car outside of school is just my favorite scene in that movie. Keaton was so just goddamn good and intimidating. This was a very good movie, a very good coming-of-age story, and a very good superhero movie. And I'm happy, like, the MCU are, like, on board with the young Spider-Man, like a still in high school Spider-Man going through high school troubles while also dealing with the struggle of being a superhero. That's what Spider-Man is all about, and they really didn't do that in the Sam Raimi films. And they actually got a kid in Tom Holland who fucking looks like he's 15 or 16. When Tobey Maguire was doing it, he was like 30 years old, pretending to be like an 18-year-old. Like, what the fuck is this? But
don't disrespect Tony. Toby.
Hound, stop sending us pictures, okay? You're pissing me the fuck off. All in all, this was a good, fun superhero movie. It just makes me more excited for Far From Home. I give it a 7.7 out of 10.
Okay, 7.7 out of 10. So with that, the official score of W.M.S.T for Spider-Man Homecoming is 7.8 out of 10.
I agree strong-heartedly with that.
Wow, strong-heartedly.
Yep, strong hearts. Hashtag strong hearts. Shima, the Rascals. No, nobody.
Alright, so with that, we'll move on to our next topic. Charlotte Flair ended up winning the SmackDown Women's Championship 2 weeks before WrestleMania. And now this has caused a lot of controversy with the first ever women's main event having both the Raw Women's Champion and the SmackDown Women's Championship involved in it. Now, it's still a Raw Women's Championship match, but it still has caused a lot of controversy. So I'm going to get all you guys' takes. So Cam, go ahead.
I have a lot to say about all this. Like, I've been posting most of my thoughts on Instagram, and it's gone from why the fuck would you do this? What the fuck just happened? To me toning down my venom spewing. Like, I practically just accepted it within the span of like a day or so. It doesn't really take long. She's probably just thinking, Mania's literally next week. I'm fending for a title already. Why do I need this one? Unless he's just going to be a part of the SmackDown roster after Mania, sure. But if it's to unify it, what's the point? Like, I'm not mad at the woman behind the character, Ashley. I'm not mad at her, unlike several other people. I'm mad at the actual booking of it. I understand that she's the one to boo, but to bring in another title where it wasn't needed just screams of backstage fuckery. It's like they aren't satisfied with it, so they keep adding stuff. Let's just make it Ronda Becky. No, let's take Becky out and make it Charlotte Ronda. Let's make it a triple threat. Let's make it the main event. Let's add the SmackDown title belt in it. Next thing you know, Asuka gets a rematch. Then Nia Jax comes in because she caused all of this because of that stiff punch in November. And then Alexa Bliss comes in a la Hardy's at Mania 33 just for the hell of it. It's confusing, to say the least. And how they just got here within the span of 2 months is just baffling. I'd pay money to see how this promo package is going to look because it's going to look ridiculous. In conclusion, I'm not tired of Charlotte Flair. I'm tired of her booking.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. And Shawn, your take?
I don't know the reason why Charlotte was added into this match in the first place, because I really wanted to see Ronda and Becky just one-on-one. Whatever the reason may be, it's for whatever, to create more of a exciting match, and especially now that Charlotte beat Asuka for the title. I mean, I heard that backstage, the reason they did that was because they didn't want Asuka to have another match, and nobody would care about her opponent, and plus 17 matches is a lot, so they just thought might as well just take the title off of her and just put it in the main event, something like that. I think it's pointless, could be interesting. Who knows, to be honest. I mean, we're in for a pretty good WrestleMania this year, so why not just sit back and enjoy the ride?
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of a little bone that threw into that match. Kind of didn't need it, but it is what it is. It could have implications of post-Mania plans, but we'll see how it pans out.
Or the Unified Women's Championship.
Right, maybe. It's not announced yet, but that's a possibility, to be honest. Ziggler, go ahead.
I don't really care. I mean, when the match started and they announced it was a women's title match, I instantly knew that Charlotte was gonna win. I mean, it was obvious when they announced it. And it's funny because right before they announced it, Becky Lynch did her little promo backstage, and she was like, Charlotte's undeserving and stuff. And then Charlotte was like, I will show you how deserving I am. And then she gets literally an undeserving title match. I just found that hilarious. So, yeah, she's a SmackDown champion. That's cool, I guess. I have no idea what their plans are, if they're going to unify it. If they do, I really don't give a fuck. I mean, if they don't give the titles to Becky and they just give the titles to Charlotte or Ronda, I'm gonna be like, okay, fine. Well, I don't know why you did that, but you did it. Can't do anything now. But if that's the route they're going with, if they're gonna unify it, then put it on Becky. You should.
Yeah, sounds good. And Hound?
This is some bullshit. Asuka deserves way better than they've been treating her, because they've been treating her like shit. Because, I mean, when she debuted on NXT, like, she has not lost a match on NXT. She held the title, like the NXT Women's title, for 500 days. Do you know how long that is? 500 days? That will never, ever happen again, unless Kairi Sane or Io Shirai holds the title. Because Triple H how he loves his Japanese women.
Oh.
And like Charlie just swoops down and wins another title because Vince, like as Shawn said, didn't care for another women's match because he was like, there's so many matches on the card. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Let's take out the Oscar match because no one really cares about Oscar because we've been treating her like she's a piece of shit. Who cares? She can't speak English, just like Nakamura. That's why he ain't in the main event of WrestleMania, just like he almost was last year.
Damn.
Well, goddamn, pal.
Hound going deep.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going deep and furious.
Well, goddamn, pal. To hell with the women's division.
Alright, I'm out.
Hey,
Wait, we just don't have anything for them.
Yeah, that's it. Becky's gonna win both titles at Mania because Becky is the freaking man and the best. Let's go.
Sounds good, man. All right, so with that, we're gonna preview NXT Takeover in New York since next Friday we will be recording our episode, so we won't be able to talk about it. We'll probably have to review it, so let's just preview the card right now. So I'm gonna name all the matches, and you guys will tell me which match you're looking forward to the most. So the card includes Walter versus.
Hold on. Isn't
What?
NXT Takeover like on a Saturday?
No, it's on Friday this time.
What? Why?
Dumbass.
Because the Hall of Fame is on Saturday.
Because we're
Why is-
WWE Creative and we wanted to fuck with your schedule, so we made it on a Friday instead of a Saturday.
Why? That makes no sense. Because there's like.
All right,
back-to-back
Hal, that's not the
wrestling.
discussion right now.
Yeah. Let's just preview the card. So
Yeah,
we've
okay.
got Walter versus Pete Dunne. Walter, of course, one of the biggest signings for NXT recently. And then we have War Raiders, the defending champs War Raiders versus the winner of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, Aleister Black and Ricochet. And then we have the North American title match, Matt Riddle versus Velveteen Dream. And then we have the NXT Women's Championship match. It's going to be Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane versus Bianca Belair versus Io Shirai. And then the main event is going to be Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole in a 2 out of 3 falls count match for the vacant NXT title. So I'm going to get your guys' thoughts on which match you're looking forward to the most, Cam.
I'm mainly invested in the 2-3 Falls match for the title and Johnny and Adam. It's mainly because of the fact that they're remedying the situation for Ciampa. Originally, it was probably going to be another Ciampa Gargano match. It would have been, I don't know, Last Man Stand. Oh, what you already did Last Man Standing. Would have been 3 Stages of Hell. It would have been Hell in a Cell. Would have been anything. But we won't know that now because he's on the shelf again. It could be anyone's game. I'm also invested in that UK match. Even though I don't really watch NXT UK, it's going to be fascinating to see Walter just chop the bejesus out of Pete Dunne. Also invested in the women's title match. It's probably going to be Shayna's send-off match.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Makes sense, yeah. Shawn, go ahead. Give us the match you're looking forward to the most.
The match I'm really looking forward to is definitely Gargano versus Cole, because I'm really big fans of both of them, and I think a 2 out of 3 falls is going to be a very interesting match. Also, War Raiders versus Ricochet and Aleister Black should be fucking awesome. I don't see War Raiders losing the titles this quickly, but who knows what can happen. And Velveteen versus Matt Riddle should be really good. I don't want Velveteen to lose. I think he should keep holding on to it, and yeah.
Sounds good. And Ziggler?
I'm looking forward to every single match on this card. This card is stacked from top to bottom. It is probably the most stacked takeover in recent memory. And the match I'm looking for the most, I guess, is Pete Dunne versus Walter. I mean, they're gonna fucking kill it because they're two great wrestlers, and I can't wait for that match. But also 2 out of 3 falls. That's probably gonna be match of the night. Cole versus Gargano. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this takeover. It's a short card, but usually that
Takeover
means
cards are always short.
they
They always have 5 matches.
Whenever you look at the WWE main roster pay-per-view, it's a big card, but usually these smaller takeovers are very
NXT
all killer, no filler.
NXT always chooses quality over quantity.
All killer, no filler.
Takeover usually have like 4 matches.
Yeah, they have 5 matches every takeover.
about 5, yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to the shorter card, and which, as Cam said, more kills and less fillers. So yeah. And Hound, go ahead.
No. It's all killer, no filler.
Oh, all killer, no filler.
Ooh.
Okay, gotcha. It's a good saying. Hound, go ahead.
It's from a Sum 41 album. For shame for you not getting it.
Oh man. Maybe if we talk about your favorite albums, we'll get some more albums like that. Go ahead, Hound. Yeah.
I'm not really hyped for this year's takeover. I'm not sure why. I've been kind of out of it for wrestling, and I need to change it. But I don't know. I'm just not really super hyped. I'm not really super hyped about Mania. Kinda hyped, but not really. And this show, usually when I'm not hyped for takeovers, I still watch them. And this takeover should make me hype, because takeovers are some of the best of WWE. What they do, and excuse me, and sometimes they are better than the actual show. I can't think of any real examples, but I can think of TLC 2017 maybe. The takeover was way better than that show. And a whole bunch of other.
There was no takeover before TLC.
Hello?
Dumbass.
Anyways, I'm excited for Johnny versus Cole, and also the 2 out of 3 Falls match. This takeover does seem kind of fun, but who knows? That's it.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, looking forward to Takeover. It's gonna be a fun night.
Wait, what's it called? Takeover what?
I think it's just called Takeover New York, I believe.
Yeah, Takeover New York.
Takeover New York, yeah. All right, moving on.
It's in Barclays.
Yeah, it's in Barclays, but it's called New York, I guess.
So let's just call it the unofficial Brooklyn 5.
Yeah, unofficial Brooklyn 4.
Yo, Syed, did you cut out?
4 was last year.
Oh, 4, my bad. I mean 5, Brooklyn 5. All right, so let's talk about Kofi Kingston finally getting his opportunity at WrestleMania. Now, a funny thing happened where the match was kind of leaked by WWE themselves. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it happened. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on, is Kofi finally going to be able to win the title at WrestleMania? Do you think we're at a point where WWE is going to be able to pull that trigger and get that emotional payoff? I personally hope we get there, because we've been on this ride for the past month or so, and I think it's going to be a great way to cap off the story to have Kofi win the title finally. So, Shawn, I want to get your take. What do you think?
I think the ride with Kofi that he has right now for the WWE title is really good. The storyline payoff, Daniel Bryan at Elimination Chamber to all the way to WrestleMania is going to be really good. They might even pull a fast one on us and just job Kofi out, which I thought would be fucking amazing if they were really that ballsy, but they're not. Superstar Billy Graham recently tweeted that he thinks it's ridiculous that Kofi's even in the match because he's 145 pounds, but I think he seems to forget that it's not that age anymore, and
Wait,
people.
who said that?
Superstar Billy Graham.
Oh, okay.
I think he seems to forget Daniel Bryan's not that heavier than him, and most WWE champions this day and age are pretty lightweight, like give or take, and the payoff of the storyline should be really good. I think the match should be really just amazing. I hope it goes on second to last. Kofi's starting to get really amazing. You know, his from being just part of New Day to a big 11-year stretch. Oh, and wait, I fucked that up.
Veteran.
Yeah, he's an 11-year veteran, now all the way to New Day and finally getting what he deserves in the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania, especially a WrestleMania match. You know, it's just going to be this is his time to shine, and this is his time to claim what is supposed to be his. So I'm very happy for what's going on with Kofi, especially meeting him one time where it was a very cool experience. It's just like very happy to see.
Oh my god, that's actually pretty awesome. And Ziggler?
Yeah, I really do hope he wins. It'll be a awesome WrestleMania moment for him if he does win the WWE title. And if they do pull a fast one on us and Daniel Bryan retains the title, then that will fucking suck. That's all I gotta say.
Balls.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Well, I wouldn't say that's worst case scenario. That would be a bit disheartening, definitely. And
that would be like what they did with Andrade versus Johnny
That would be the
Gargano
one-
at Philadelphia.
It's a scum
That's
of
very
the
true, yeah.
earth. Daniel Bryan, it's a literal scum of the earth.
Okay.
Say,
I wouldn't go that far.
Syed.
Let's not go that far.
Syed, how can you How can you say that, like, oh, it's fine, Daniel won. Daniel, like, he is a bitch, and Kofi deserves to win.
Alright, next topic.
Okay, you're still talking about one of the best technical wrestlers of all time, you know, so put some
I'm
respect
just
on his
talking
name.
about right. Hey,
He's still that lovable guy from 2014. He's just grown up a little.
Yeah, that's a character involvement.
Alright, next topic.
Yeah, sorry, Hound. Yeah, go ahead, Hound. Finish up, please.
Okay. Kofi better win the title, and Seth too, and Becky. If they don't, I'm gonna sue WWE.
For how much?
$1.
$1 trillion.
Good luck.
Is that it? Alright, next.
That's a losing battle.
That's it.
Hold this L.
This is
That
the
would be
messiest
pretty
podcast
cool,
we've ever
though.
made.
Could you imagine Kofi wins, Seth wins, and Becky wins?
This is
All
gonna be
one
so
night?
fun to edit.
That's probably not gonna happen. 2 of them are gonna happen tops.
True. And Cam?
I'm keeping this short. I'm gonna keep this short. You've gone this far. Now pull the trigger, you cowards.
Pull the plug.
Is that it?
Yes, he said he was gonna keep it short, so he did. Thank you, Cam.
Cam, the real MVP. All right.
Thanks. I won the debate. I'm the real MVP.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna end this week's podcast. Thanks to everybody for tuning in.
Thanks to the 788,000 people that
It's most
that
likely just
listened,
one viewer,
even
and that
though
one
it's
viewer
probably
is
just
Hound.
one viewer.
True.
Thanks to the 23 people that actually give a damn about us.
Yes. Give yourselves a hand. But yeah. Thank you for tuning in. There's also Shazam review on our channel out, so you guys can check that out. And of course, check out any previous episodes. And we will see you all next
On Flippity Flip.